Hey everybody, this is Eric with Phone Scoop. Today we're taking a brief look at the Samsung Reality, a Touchwiz based messaging phone for the Verizon network. We're going to take a quick spin around the hardware first, and then I'll show you some of the software features. We have a nicely sized resistive touch display here on the front, and on the bottom we have just three keys, send and end keys, and this is also power key, and then just kind of like a D-pad button. Selector switch there. On the left side of the phone we have the micro USB port, the volume toggle, and a screen lock key. All of these keys have good travel and feedback. I like the way they feel. They're easy to find, and they work as they're supposed to. Nothing on the bottom of the phone. And on the right side you can see we have a dedicated camcorder key here. We've got another toggle. This one has a couple of different features to it. It's the voice command as well as a search key. You can see the little search symbol there, and it can be set to initiate searches. And of course we have a hatch covering the micro SD card. On the back you can see a camera and a mirror, a vanity mirror there, so you can take pictures of yourself. And on top we have a 3.5mm headset jack. So nice to see Samsung finally using industry standard ports such as the 3.5mm headset jack and the micro USB port instead of its standard port from years ago. And of course it's a slider and has a full QWERTY keyboard. There's just a little bit of assistance here. There's definitely a spring in there helping out, but it's I can't say that it's real good or real strong. It's not a very satisfying feeling. The keyboard is large. It's got a 4-row keyboard, which makes for easier typing. It means we can get this dedicated number row along the top of the keyboard, which is something I always like. And other keys you can see, there's some arrow keys here for controlling the cursor on the screen, as well as a dedicated space bar, which can also access emoticons. One thing we don't see on the keyboard, which we're a little bit surprised about, is dedicated messaging keys, like a key to launch the messaging application or a key to launch a new email. We've seen those keys on other quick messaging phones of late, and it's surprising to see that feature is not available on this phone. So that's the hardware of the Samsung Reality. Let's take a quick look at the Touchwiz user interface. The Reality uses the latest version of Touchwiz from Samsung. It's their feature phone touch user interface. Has the dock here on the left, which when we pull immediately pops up, and you've got all the widgets in here, and they've preloaded a bunch of widgets. But of course you can get rid of these, customize them. You know, we'll take the Bing search app, drag that onto the home screen. We'll drag the music widget onto the home screen, and you know, you can just interact with them that way. And we've got on the home screen these 4 software buttons to quickly do things like jump to the dialer, contacts application, messaging application, and the whole main menu. So here's the whole main menu. It's got everything built in here. And you can see the Verizon branded services such as VZ Navigator is present, Bing Search, which is you know, Verizon's new mobile search service with Microsoft, and the settings and tools and all the different programs. Setting lets you adjust all the different you know, ways that the phone behaves, and you can see that it's pretty typical for a Verizon touch phone. And Music Center is automatically wants you to link to you know, the Vcast or Rhapsody music services, and you can see that the player is very similar to what we've seen on other feature phones from Verizon. Verizon's not really breaking any new ground with this music player, and you can see it's taking forever to connect. So yeah, it's pretty much the exact same music player that we've seen on other Verizon phones. So we'll jump out to the main menu. Other features of the phone, of course, are messaging, and we'll just jump in here real fast and show you what it's like to compose a text message. And I kind of like this on-screen composing, you know, composing graphic. You've got like a little notepad from years ago here. You know, it's kind of cute. And you can jump to your contacts, recent calls, or favorites to find numbers to send messages to, and of course comes with a bunch of options. and you can attach pictures to them or audio files or things like that, or you can start a picture message from this menu instead. So messaging, all the same messaging services that are available on most feature phones these days, including chat, email, instant messaging. It offers visual voicemail for an extra couple bucks a month, and so on. Back at the home screen, we've got a calendar, and of course we have an email application, and this will let you set up POP3 or IMAP4 email accounts. We'll back out of that and go to the home page. So, you know, it's a feature phone, and it's got the touch user interface on it, and beyond that, there's nothing amazing or spectacular that stands out for the Samsung Reality. It's a pretty typical phone from Samsung for Verizon. So if you're looking for a touch-based quick messaging device on the Verizon network, you could definitely do a whole lot worse than the Samsung Reality.